Hey YouTube, happy Labor Day. For those of you who maybe are my international viewers and are unfamiliar with American holidays, Labor Day is the day that we celebrate the 12 labors of Hercules. Every year, it's kind of like the Chinese New Year, where like every year is a different labor. And so this year we're on, I think it's the Nemean lion. So, happy Labor Day. Put on your lion coats. This video is going to be centered around crypto.com, and it's kind of good timing because it is pumping. It's one of the better performing coins in the market today, and that makes me quite happy because I have a pretty good portion of it. And the reason I wanted to do this video, other than that, is because I recently upgraded my my card, the debit card that you stake a certain amount of crow for, and there's different tiers. So yeah, I normally don't like to put real numbers to my position sizes, other than just percentages of my portfolio. But I guess this one's pretty obvious because there's a set dollar amount per tier, and so obviously I upgraded to the ICY WHITE, and it's a minimum of $40,000 staked to get the ICY WHITE. So that is, I guess, a lot of money, and I will discuss whether or not I think the perks are worth it. Spoiler alert, I do, and I will probably continue on to my path to get the next tier, which is Obsidian Black, which is a $400,000 stake. So it'll probably take me a month or two to get there. But yeah, so the pros and cons of the card. Just first, the arrival was cool. It came in the package. It came in the same package as the last one. For those of you who are familiar or who have a card of their own, it's just this. It's a very satisfying. Gosh, they must have got the Apple designers on this or something, because that's just to see the card come out and to feel. It's just a very satisfying package. And at the ICY WHITE level, you are a member of, I don't know, you can't see this, but this is a notice letting you know you're a member now of crypto.com private. It's another tier of private services, so like if you need customer support and stuff, I guess you're just prioritized a little bit. Which is always an issue for people. Customer support, I'll touch on that first just because I mentioned it. It's always an issue for people. People always, when they have comments to make about negative about a company, it's, oh, the customer support was terrible, or oh, they are obviously in China or India or somewhere, or something, they barely spoke English, but and maybe it's just me being jaded, but poor customer support is kind of what I've just grown to expect as the standard. So, as bad as it sounds, if a company has bad customer support, I don't necessarily immediately think the company is bad. I just think the reality of business models these days is it's expensive to maintain customer support, and it's cheaper to outsource. And if you want to stay competitive, you do the cheapest and most effective thing that every other company does, generally. And don't get me wrong, I'm not happy about it. It frustrates me to no end, and it makes me want to tear my hair out. Especially dealing with I think the worst of the worst is the telephone trees, where you're on the telephone and it wants you to. And I hate the ones, especially that I'm going to rant here. I hate the ones especially that don't let you dial a number option. They'll only ask you to speak your option, as if the technology these days is so perfect that they don't need the number option, because it almost never works. And that's even more frustrating. If you could just hit the number 1 or the number 2, but no, you want me to speak what I want and you don't give me an option, and it's just terrible. And the telephone trees go in circles, never connect you to anybody. Yeah, that's terrible. Anyways, crypto.com's customer service. I had a pretty good time with it. During the upgrade, I had a few questions and they were responsive. Um, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't the like a, if I'm spending $40,000 on a product and I'm in a private membership club, I don't know what I really expect out of it. Um, I don't know. Maybe they weren't like wiping my butt or anything. So I mean, it wasn't bad. It didn't. I don't know. Maybe that's what $40,000 gets you these days. Um, but yeah, so I had a few questions and I got a few answers. So some of the perks that you get when you upgrade. Previously, I had the Jade, and that was like a 3% cash back. Now I get 5% cash back in Crow, which I actually like better because if I haven't said this before, I'm a really good believer, a really big believer in Crow as a very successful company long term. They're just doing everything right. I think they're like the Facebook of the crypto world these days. Their marketing is huge. They're making all the right connections. Um, uh, I, I know they have their detractors, and it's not like there's no risk. There's risk in everything, but I'm comfortable holding a lot for a longer term than most of my other, a lot of my other altcoin positions. Um, so yeah, I there's also some other benefits, like they cover your Netflix subscription, your Spotify premium subscription, and now that was the Jade, and at the White, ICY White, they also cover your yearly Amazon Prime subscription, and those are all reimbursed in Crow, which again, I like better. If you don't like Crow, or if you'd rather have the dollars, you can just, when they give it to you, you can just sell it into US dollars immediately, so you could still get the dollars. But I actually usually just end up holding the Crow that I'm reimbursed. It's kind of like a dollar cost averaging method for me to keep getting more. And I have several paths to getting more Crow that I've been doing. One of the things I like that when you do stake through the Crow for the card, you get a very decent interest rate for the staking on the platform. So you get a 10% staking reward for the card, which is these days comparable to the DeFi staking. I think the best rate you can find right now, which fluctuates, is about 12 to 13% if there's a zero fee associated with the validator. So for me, I had a lot in the DeFi app, which was staking for a long time, and it just didn't seem. I had the ability to upgrade earlier. I liked getting a higher interest rate in the DeFi app. For a time, I was getting about the 20. When I first started, I was getting like 100%, 40%, 30%. It kept on dropping as more people started staking, and then I was getting about 16, 15, and it kept dropping. And now, like, the best rate is about 12 with a 0% fee. Some of the staking rewards with some of the validators is 10%, which is the exact same interest rate you'd get on the app. So it really made no sense to me to keep staking so much in the DeFi app if I wanted to get that other card with all the other rewards. The cashback itself was worth it for me, let alone all the other incentives. You also get a higher interest rate on your crypto.com earn accounts, which is also pretty substantial for me. BlockFi has been reducing its rates, and now crypto.com has upped my interest rates. So I have transitioned some of my portfolio into a crypto.com earn account. Not all. I am still, this isn't a video about BlockFi, but I still am a believer that BlockFi is doing some responsible decisions as far as risk management for the rates. These rates that you're getting in interest accounts, they are not without risk. And there's a whole other video I could do about that. But just realize that with higher returns, there's usually higher risk somewhere buried in there. And yeah, but I do like the returns I'm getting, and I'm comfortable with it. So as long as you are aware of the risk, and you're comfortable with it, that's something you can accept or deal with. Okay, so yeah, just continuing, going on with some of the cons of the process. Again, spending $40,000 is not. I'm not spending it. I mean, you still have it available 6 months from now. But committing $40,000 into an asset like Crow for a company like Crypto.com. Um, Again, I'm not expecting them to wipe my butt or anything, but like the whole process of upgrading the card was a little clunky, and they just make you jump through, not, I don't want to say hoops, but just a process that seemed like it could have been streamlined a little bit better. And I don't know if that's because of regulations or the company not talking to itself for certain things. But yeah, I just the and I even told the representative at the time. I said, um, for the amount of money that I just invested, this is a 2 out of 5 experience. And they said, thank you for your feedback, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, there's that. Also, as far as the rewards go, one of the things is you have a free membership to airport lounges, and the Jade card had a free membership for you, and the White card has free membership for you and a guest. And so instead of just upgrading your account, you have to create a whole nother account, which, okay, maybe that's the airport lounge key. I don't know what's going on there, but so it felt weird to have to like make a new account. And when I did make the new account, they charged me $1 for activation, and it felt, again, it's $1. So it's not like bleeding me dry, but I feel like those small fees, like $1, $2 here or there, are those like maliciously placed fees. They know they're too inconvenient, not worth the hassle to fight or argue about. Um, uh, that they place there without telling you. You're supposed to get a free membership. Why am I being charged $1 for activation? It's just, I already spent $40,000, and now you're nickel and diming me again. I spent $40,000 or staked $40,000, so they're probably figuring the $1 is not going to bother me too much, but it does, and they're right. I'm not going to fight it because it's $1, but it's one of those things. It detracted from the experience of upgrading. There is also a $50 upgrade fee for the card itself, and I understand that it's a good metal card. It's a premium card. It is like thick and weighty, and I expect that the process of making the card is expensive, and they probably have to recover that cost. Um, but it was not a choice. So like I asked them, okay, well, if I upgrade my tier, can I keep my current card, not upgrade to the just to get another color card? Can I keep my current card, use that, not pay the $50 fee, and just upgrade the tier? And it was a hard no. They said you can what was they told me that instead of getting a new physical card, I could use the virtual card, and I would still pay $50 instead of getting a new physical card. And I said, well, what's the point in that? And what am I paying the $50 for? So obviously, I paid the $50 because I didn't have a choice, and I got the new card. Again, $50 is not going to ruin my household budget, but I what's the point of not giving you a choice? Why couldn't I have kept my old card and utilized that and saved $50? Like it's I don't want to say a disincentive to upgrade, because I still think the rewards are overwhelmingly more positive than the fees they nickel and dime you with. But I don't know. Let me know. Am I being ridiculous or not? This is just my feedback. Let me know. Give me comments. Um, Again, maybe this is a good time to stop. I haven't been chilling the channel lately because I'm talking to people who are already subscribers. But if you're not a subscriber, uh, go ahead and tick that subscribe icon and help the channel out because it's hurting lately. Um, and feel free to use my referral links to sign up for any of the services I talk about. Crypto.com, actually, my referral link is in the description. And if you sign up, we both get $25 free Crow. The caveat there is that it's locked in your account until you sign up for the card. Um, and I think you can sign up for any tier. Like, so you can do like the lowest tier, which costs like no money. I don't know. I haven't looked at the tiers. Um, but they change them sometimes. But you can sign up for the lowest card tier and get the reward unlocked. I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'm too lazy to fact check that little tidbit. But continuing with the review, and so something to note. I don't know if this is like negatively. I don't know if this is a negative thing or not immediately yet. But I wanted to start using my card pretty much immediately, the virtual card, to make some purchases and get that 5% Crow back. But when you upgrade, I guess they can't transfer your balance either. So I had money on my old card. It went to 0 when I activated my new card. And I didn't necessarily have money on the platform to repopulate the balance of my new card. And transferring money into the platform does take a few business days. So it was enough of an inconvenience that even though I had the card activated on the virtual card, I couldn't make any purchases with it because I had no money on it. So something to plan for if you're planning on upgrading and planning on using it after you upgrade. Have money available in the app to repopulate the card with some money. From what I'm told is it hasn't disappeared. They're going to transfer the balance over. That takes a few business days, even after you get the card. I don't know why it takes so long to subtract money from one place and add it to another. I don't know. It wasn't much money, to be honest with you, either. So it's not like I'm worried that it's lost in limbo somewhere. But again, a headache that seems like it shouldn't be there for being part of the private membership. The private membership does get you some perks. Some perks that I know are I'm not going to use, to be honest with you. They're like over-the-counter purchases for crypto, but it's like the minimum over-the-counter purchases that you're doing is going to be like, I think, $250,000. And I'm not swinging on that level yet. So, yeah, not necessarily something I'm going to utilize there. But, maybe one day. Anyway, that's pretty much all I had to say about it. Maybe I rambled. This is maybe a long watch for some of you. But just to end, I do like the card. I'm happy with the upgrade. I plan on upgrading again. The good thing about the tiers is now that it's switched over to the X dollar amount, $40,000, $400,000, 4,000 for the Jade. If let's say I've staked $40,000 of Crow for the card, and the Crow goes 10x in value, I am eligible for the upgrade without actually introducing more money into the investment, because my $40,000 has gone to $400,000. And do I think a 10x of Crow is possible? I absolutely do. It's sitting under 20 cents now, and I think $2 long term is entirely possible. 3 year time frame, yeah, I can see it. Um, so maybe I'll do a video on my upgrade in 3 years. Who knows? Short term, I think it's entirely reasonable that we see $1 this bull run. $1 per crow. Yeah, I can see it. I kind of even expect it. So that's the good thing about the card tiers is that they switched it from an X amount of crow to an X amount of dollar amount, and so you throw that in there. It might be the exact same amount of crow that you had before, worth more money, and now you're eligible for the next awesome tier. And I really like that. And that's another reason why I actually do think I might be getting that black card, is because not necessarily that I'm going to be buying more crow, which I have. I'm not buying anymore. I'm just accruing what I'm getting through interest and rewards and such. And that all goes into the DeFi app basically for a little over 10% staking, and yeah, I can see it doing very well in the future. So consider it. Do your own due diligence. Not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. So normal disclaimers there. Don't sue me. But yeah, I am a believer in Crow, and happy Labor Day.
Documentary has had a great deal of interest from overseas broadcasters. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, Australian Broadcasting Corporation, CBS in the United States.
No.
Ma'am?
I don't think so.
Right. I gather the BBC plans to